Hello everybody, this is Phantom2502 and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory, my tutorial for my progressive builds. In this episode we are going to get rotors and smart plating automated as well. We're going to put down our space elevator. So let's get going. Rotors builds. We're going to want another biomass burner, that's for sure. Two constructors and an assembler for our rotors. And let's see, what do we need? Now 4 rotors, we have to do that ourselves because obviously that's not automated. Okay, let's get that. Though I think we'll need a bit more than that because we'll come back for it. Rotors, we need 4 of those. Alright, let's go build. So, a lot of this beginning part of the factory is just done to get the numbers that are good for smart plating. So, we have all this built. Alright. So, for rotors, we're going to need 2 more screws. And that's what these constructors are for. So we'll put them right here in front of our, guessing that's a little bit higher. Yeah, okay, it's vertical. Alright, and then assembler. We're going to put a little bit of space between them. I wonder if this is a good time to do H. Alright, is that a good spot? You can do H to lock in the hologram and see and walk around. Alright, that looks like maybe enough space. This looks good, I guess. Alright, cool. You can also do nudging when nudge it left, nudge it right, nudge it up and down when you're in the H setting. Alright, and then we're going to set this to rotors. Now, rotors, to do 4 rotors, you need 20 iron rods and 100 screws, which is why we're building more screws. Alright. Now, this belt has 10 iron rods. So we're just going to shove that into there. So this makes 15 plus 15, 30 iron rods, and they just take 10 each. So 10, 10, 10. This is using everything. Alright, now, this one. We're going to have a merger in front of here. And then I'm going to have 2 things split into it. Starting to wonder what to do there. Can I do that one? No, that can go without clipping. Maybe there's something we can do about this. Does that clip? Not really. Alright. Not the most beautiful, but it works without clipping. Alright. So that makes 15. Now it splits into 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Then 5 times 2 is 10. And that needs 10. So that's all good. Alright. Then these 2 combine together. So this is 15, that's 5 for 20. And as we saw here, this needs 20 iron rods. So we're going to do that. And which is also why we built that section below with more iron rods and more screws, because now the extra iron rods we had in this section are all gone. But we still need them, so if you drill this section without this section downstairs, you have no excess iron rods, and you'll have no excess screws either, because we're going to use all of them. So that's 40, this is 80, and we add the 20 extra from here, that's 100. And lo and behold, what does this need? 100 screws per minute. So we're going to merge, merge, merge. I guess I only really need one merger. There. Alright, that into there. That into there. You know what, I'm going to have to do level 2, and I only... got 15. Hold on. Can I get this all the way there? Oh, I'm missing one reinforced iron plate. Okay. I guess I could do this. I don't need that. I'll leave the other belt up there, though. Reinforced iron plates. There are 30 more. As we get more and more supply, we won't have to worry about them as much. Alright. Now I can build it. There we go. Alright, that's a good in-between. Let's get these things powered. Okay, we'll put the pole here. Yeah, that one goes there. This one goes here. And this one goes here. Okay, and now we just got to get rotors all the way to... all the way to our belts up here. Alright. Oh yeah. I never built my bow mass burner, did I? Oopsie daisies. Oh, I'm missing a wire for it? Right, wire be over here. And in the middle. Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting to do that to expand our biomass first before we build more. My bad. Alright, you're gonna go into there. Yes, expand power first before you expand your building. So what a good concept. There we go. Now I won't buy it. Now I won't blow a fuse. I know it says capacity 190, max consumption 204. But we're still fine. Because that one takes 30 and nothing's going into it. Alright. Yeah, how are we doing here on manuals? 72? Yeah, that should be good for a little, at least a while. Alright, now we can go back to putting our stackable conveyor poles up. Alright, so that was doing that. I don't think those clip up there, do they? No, it looks like there's space there. Yeah, okay. Alright, that one there. There. We'll see how we're going with the screws. There. And there. And we're going to need containers. For our rotors, you go up there. Alright, containers for our rotors are ready. You're going to go there, and then I need you to go all the way back home. I don't know where the best spot is for this. Here, maybe? Maybe here, I guess. We get clipping here or not? No, it kind of goes at the halfway. Yeah, screws don't seem to be high enough. Alright, I'll take that as a win. And straight build mode. Curve default. Don't have to do straight build mode, by the way. It's just the aesthetic I wanted. Oh, iron plates. Yeah, let's grab like 3 stacks. Can always use iron plates, because we build a lot of conveyor belts. Alright. Oh, right. Also, if I actually connected to the machine. Down. And machine. And we had a few rotors already made. Cool. Cool, cool. Alright. So, now we have our rotors going. All our screws are now going into rotors and into reinforced iron plates. All these rods are now being used. So, like, if we didn't build our builds below, we'd have no rods and no screws and only 10 iron plates a minute being made. Wait a second. Why is this here? Alright, well, I don't like bushes back here, so... So that's why we did this little build down here earlier. So now we still have 30 iron plates a minute, which is better because we use it for pretty much everything. We have 20 iron rods a minute and 40 screws a minute being made. So that's why we had to do that step earlier. Okay, now that we have rotors done, we're going to make our space elevator. Finally. I mean, our main objective for Tier 1 Tier 2 is to make the space elevator, which takes a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, and we're gonna have to build a lot of foundations for it. So yeah, hopefully that's enough concrete. Wire, 1500, and quite a bit of iron rods. Oh, we have a whole bin of iron rods now. I guess we had to go into like 70 a minute. We don't use as many as we do for plates. Plates. Yeah, let's add an extra 2. Okay. Yeah, that reminds me. We have that 13 copper ingots just sitting in our inventory doing nothing. We're not like we're doing manual construction anymore. This one should be out. There we go. We'll put 13 in here. Yeah, because it's running at 20 a minute. So it's sucking in, and this can only feed at 15 a minute unless it's backed up. So I knew this was sucking in more, so it can use our extra iron ingots to make more copper sheets. Oh, there's a lizard dog over here. Hey there, buddy. You're stuck in my machines, eh? Yeah. Have I got any... There's ways to tame them, but I don't have any pale berries. But if you stay stuck in our machines, we should be able to find them pretty easily later on. Alright. So, first thing for the space elevator is where to put it. So we have one more level 1 and 2 item that we're going to put in this row. And that's the smart plating, which is our space elevator part. So let's get the storage for the smart plating done. And then usually I expand into this area, put the space elevator, and then I have all the rest of my in-game things stored going around my space elevator. So we're going to build it out a little bit here. Put the zoop on. Let's see, how wide are these usually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and probably 6. Let's just 2, 3. I guess that's 4, 5, 6. Now there's one thing in tier 1, tier 2 we're not automating, and that's modular frames. Just because it would take something like 50 more power to do it, which is quite a bit just for one item. So for now we're just going to be doing those manually. Later on, after we're in tier 3, tier 4, then we'll automate that one. Once we have better power systems in our biomass. Okay, so this belt is eventually going to come through here. Oh yeah, I've got the soup mode, eh? Alright. Yeah, that'll eventually come through here. That'll go that way. Okay, so can I put that? No. So that's as good as that's going to get. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to have storage, but we're going to be going this way. Usually one was been enough, right? So if we're on the edge, or I guess almost on the edge. Yeah, as long as it's completely on, I guess. And let's see, maybe something like maybe something like that. Yeah, we just have one path. Okay, we don't need it to be too wide. And then how much space do I usually put in between? So an entire thing, and maybe a little bit more than that. So that ends there. That would be an entire one. So let's say line it up. See there? That puts it at the end of this one. Okay. How does that work out? That's quite a bit of space. Could have probably brought it a bit closer. But it'll probably work out. We do need space in front of it for dimensional depots. I thought that was enough space to go through. Yeah, this is plenty. Yeah, I could have backed it up a little bit. Oh, this is out with one of these. Okay, so dimensional depot is going to take probably one more length of these. Alright, so we're going to want to put the space elevator one more. We're going to want to go around. Let's see, that's what? 1, 2. Space elevator will be kind of middled here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Go 7, 8. Go another 7 this way. I hope this will be enough. No, I'll go full 10 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do that. Probably don't need it to be this wide. You do need space elevator is quite big, so you do need a lot of space. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't want to die. Would I have died? Maybe, unless I landed on that. Alright, zoop time. Oh, did I double foundation this? Yeah, I did. I thought it would stop me from doing that, but I guess not. 9 that way. This is why we got a lot of concrete and a lot of plates. Alright. Space elevator. So there's going to be a dimensional depot here. We're going to want space to go around our space elevator, so probably about here. We're also... oh yeah, let's get centered. Yeah, that's about where we want it. And we want the terminal to be towards us. As I said, this thing's huge. Where's the terminal? There it is. There, probably? And look at this thing be built. It's always awesome to see this be built. Awesome.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
Alright, the space elevator. If you press E, it says it needs 50 smart plating. Now, any space elevator part, and smart plating is including in that, cannot be built manually in the craft bench. So anything else can be made manually, but they don't make those manually to force you to build a factory. So smart plating is the last thing it needs. It's the only thing we do not have automated. We do have a storage bin for it, though. Let's bring this one over here for this, at least. Yeah, we'll do that. At least for now. You know what? We'll figure that one out later. Okay, so this is our container for smart plating, and we're just going to go back. Oh yeah, we need poles for smart plates, don't we? Hold on, I don't need zoops anymore. That's good. That's good. Once we get the smart plating online, then we will do some exploration, because it takes about 50 minutes, I think, for all the 50 smart plates to be made. So in the meantime, we can do some exploration and get more biofuel, cut down more trees, because, you know, we're eventually going to run out of biofuel. And this is as high as this is going to go. To there. Now, what space do we have left to even do this? Assembler. Oh yeah. Is my rearrangement of this going to be a problem? Hold on. Why is this going there? Oh. Okay, I haven't been building rotors as fast as I should be. That's why we're backed up on iron rods. This thing was supposed to be diverted over to here so that we get 100. Okay, well, I might have to change the belt to work. Get this assembler going. Well, how far forward can I put it? Oh, we're missing rotors. Okay. Q. One assembler. Oh, right, I automated rotors too. But apparently not being made as fast as they could have been made. And also, what in the world is this? Well, that doesn't help anything, does it? Alright. Yeah, so we had instead of 100 screws, we had 80 screws going in, so it's only being done 4/5 as fast in that meantime. I guess not the biggest problem in the world. Good thing we detected it now. Guess it gives us a bit of extra screws. Alright, assembler. Alright, smart plating over here. I guess we're okay there, I guess. So just keep it blue. Put it over to this side as much as we can. That should be okay, I guess. So this will be smart plating. As you might have guessed, smart plating takes in rotors and reinforced iron plates, 2 per minute each, and spits out 2 per minute iron plating. I guess to get 50, so 10 minutes would do 20. Okay, so 25 minutes. it would take to get 50 smart plating. So it's not as long as I said. You don't have to wait 50. Alright, and that's why we built this splitter here, because this makes 5 reinforced iron plates. This needs 2. If you split that in half, that's 2.5 each. Now it's not 2, 2.5. But if you have 2.5 going this way, it will eventually back up to here. And instead of having the 2.5 go this way, once it backs up, that other 0.5 will go this way, so 3 will go that way. So we can get that going. We'll put this belt around. Oh yeah, might as well put the power in. Take the last power line, put that there. And then we just have to split our rotors. This is making 4 a minute. This will split evenly to do smart plating. Guess we can do it here. And that goes there. And there we go. Alright, smart plates we go. And then we can just do 3. Maybe go backwards like that. There we go. The reason I'm doing it that way is because eventually we will need to use this node for iron, and we need a place to put the miner. So we're kind of leaving this space clear for later. But this is pretty much the last building in this part of the factory that we're building on land. All the rest of the factory is going to be on foundations off the cliff. But this allows us to do tier 1, tier 2 on land. And we're almost done. That there. That there. And that down there. Alright. That'll be our smart plates. Now we'll go into storage. Alright. The only thing remaining is to unlock the jump pads, which we'll do now. Oh, need more plates. Grab a few stacks of plates.
Milestone reached. The Fix-It jump pad combines high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal and an ideal travel experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed. Individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
Alright, so as you can see, we no longer have anything we can research. The further phases 3 and 4 are locked. That's what our space elevator will do. Whenever we get our smart plating space elevator, it'll unlock tiers 3 and 4, and then we have to put more things in the space elevator to do 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8, and then 9 last. So right now, we have built the tier 1 and 2 parts of our factory are completely done. Let's see, what do we have on biomass going? Ooh, 16 left. That's not that much. Do you have anything left? No, you don't. Okay, well, that's not good. It's gonna need more than that. Alright, how much of this do you think we'll need? Let's do maybe 24 for ourselves. Split that into 2. There, 45. That should be at least enough for us to get back. How about these? 160. What are we over here? 160s. Okay, that These ones will be fine for a bit. It's the manuals that needed more. Okay. And how are we for power? 219 of 190. So 190 plus 30 is 220. So it won't pass 189 because of the not using the resource sink. Okay, so that's going to be the end of this episode. We've automated all our tier 1, tier 2 items. We have our smart plating going. We do have 25 minutes to wait for that. So next episode, since we're going to need more biofuel, we're going to do a lot more tree cutting over here. Do a little bit of exploration around our local area. And maybe we'll have time to mess with the jump pads. Anyway, I'm Phantom 2502, and see you next time.